It's now 6 p.m. I'd like to call to order the Regional Planning Commission business meeting for Thursday, September the 12th. And as always, we always start with the pledge, and I'll ask Mr. Mills if he'll lead us, please. Thank you all and welcome. And I would ask, as I customarily do, if you have a cell phone or electronic device, that you either turn it off or make sure it's on vibrate. Thank you very much. Sarah, I'll now come to you for roll call and determination of quorum.
Mr. Peterman?
Present.
Mr. Servon?
Present.
Mrs. Karcher is absent. Mr. Galfrey?
Here.
Mr. Mills?
Here.
Mr. Davis?
Here.
Mr. Jester?
Here.
So you have 6 present. You do have a quorum.
Thank you. We now move down to the agenda, and I do have a correction in the agenda. Excuse me, not in the agenda. Go ahead. We'll now move forward with the agenda. If there's no corrections, additions, or deletions, I'll ask for a motion to approve.
Approve. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Call the commission.
Mr. Peterman?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Servon?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Galfrey?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Mills?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jester?
Yes.
So you have 6 yeas in favor of approving tonight's agenda.
Now we get down to the minutes for July the 11th, 2024. I do have a correction. Down in the minutes where it says approval of minutes on a motion, I do not make motions, and I have my name listed as making a motion, and Mr. Peterman seconded. So I'd like you to once again maybe listen to whoever made the motion and correct that in the minutes. I will, after that correction, is there any more corrections or additions? If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve with the correction.
Approved with the question.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Sarah, call the commission.
Mr. Peterman?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Servon?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Galvary?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Mills?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Davis?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Jester?
Yes.
Sir, you have 6 yeas in favor of approving the corrected minutes of July 11th.
Thank you again. As you see on your agenda, the levy court actions and the commission recommendations. Have any questions on any of those as they have listened to what we said, you can always contact staff. Now we'll get on into the business meeting for tonight. First on the business meeting tonight is C-24-05, State Fair Community Energy Initiative. Request a conditional use approval of a community energy generating facility, solar, located inside the growth zone overlay district. I think they give a great presentation along with all kinds of information written to us. If commissioners don't have any questions, I'll entertain somebody to make a motion.
I'll move.
Mr. Garvey?
I move that the Regional Planning Commission recommend conditional approval on application C-2405, the community energy generating facility located inside the growth zone overlay district. This is based on Exhibit A, staff recommendations report dated September 5, 2024. Exhibit B, public hearing testimony dated September 5, 2024, and the findings of fact that A, the subject site is zoned AR agricultural residential, and 205-53 permits community energy generating facilities as a conditional use. B, the location is appropriate and not in conflict with the comprehensive plan. C, the public health, safety, and general welfare will not be adversely affected. D, the plan complies with the conditions of 205-73-E. Pursuant to Chapter 187 and 205 of the King County Code and pursuant to 9 Delaware Chapter 4802 and 4811, the Commission has reviewed the application and the September 5, 2024 staff recommendations report, and furthermore, as part of this approval, the applicant shall comply with all staff and agency requirements as described in the September 5, 2024 staff recommendation report, including but not limited to the following conditions. A, the perimeter fencing shall be 7 feet in height and be designed to allow small animals and birds to move under and through the fenced area. Gates shall be installed on multiple sides of the fence perimeter to allow egress for deer should they become trapped in the fenced area. B, any artificial lighting shall be designed so that lamps and reflectors have cutoff shields and use down lighting so as to direct lighting does not illuminate nighttime sky and is not visible from beyond the from beyond the project site. All lighting shall be of minimal necessary brightness consistent with operation standards and security and have automatic controls such as timers, photosensors, or motion detectors. C, ground cover shall be consistent of native pollinator seed mix and include a variety of herbaceous plants and grasses. D, to reduce impact to nesting birds and other wildlife species that utilize meadows and grasslands for breeding habitat, grass cutting shall not occur between April 1st and July 31st. E, application for building permits must be made within 24 months of a project approval. If no applications for building permits are received by the department within 24 months, the plan should be considered invalid. However, the applicant may apply to the department for reapproval of the project for any additional 24-month period in accordance with 205-73.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Sarah, call the commission.
Mr. Peterman?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Servon?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Galvary?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Mills?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Davis?
I have a question for a vote. My records show this table for 30 days.
That was the tower.
I don't know why it's on the agenda.
Mr. Davis, I believe that's the tower company, not the State Fair Community Energy Initiative.
Okay, I apologize, my mistake. My mistake, I voted in favor.
Mr. Jester?
I'm in favor.
So you have 6 yeas in favor of recommending conditional approval of application C-2405.
Thank you all, and good luck with your project. Next on our business meeting tonight is CZ-24-08, LC-24-25, NAA LLC, request to amend the zoning map from BN Neighborhood Business, General Business, Highway Commercial located District. I don't think there was any opposition last night. It went over real well, so I'll put it to the commissioners. Mr. Servon, would you like to make a motion?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion. I move that the Regional Planning Commission recommend approval of the ordinance LC 24-25, amending the zoning map from BN Neighborhood Business / Neighborhood Commercial to BG General Business / Highway Commercial, located inside the Growth Zone Overlay District. This is based on Exhibit A, staff recommendation report dated September 5th, 2024. Exhibit B, public hearing testimony dated September 5th, 2024. And the findings of fact that A, the proposed classification is generally in keeping with the surrounding area. B, infrastructure exists or is planned to serve future development of the site. C, the subject site is designated as a commercial area in the land use strategy map 7-C of the 2018 comprehensive plan.
Thank you very much. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Sarah, call the commission.
Mr. Peterman?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Servon?
Yes, as per the motion.
Mr. Galvry?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Mills?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Jester?
Yes to approve.
Sir, you have 6 yeas in favor of recommending approval of ordinance LC 2425.
Thank you very much, and good luck. Next on our agenda tonight is SL-24-01 Linbury Woods. Request major subdivision approval of 125-lot single-family residential development located inside the Growth Zone Overlay District. We had some questions of them last week, and I'm certainly glad to say that they returned a very nice letter to us on September 9th. Basically went along with all of our requests, spelling them out, and doing the best they could with the school bus stop. So if there's no other questions or comments about this, I think, Mr. Mills, you're going to make the motion?
Yeah, I'll make the motion. I would like to say, of course, I was the one that was really the most opposed to how the kids are picked up in school, this development and any other development. But I will say, after reading the letter, that Mr. Jonathan did go to extreme work to get it corrected and do the best they could according to where the school laid it out for them and how they want it done. So I'm going to make the motion. I move that the Regional Planning Commission grant conditional approval of the application SL 24-01 Linbury Woods, a preliminary plan for a 125-lot, single-lot family residential subdivision located inside the Growth Zone Overlay District. This is based on Exhibit A, staff recommendation report dated September 5th, 2024. Exhibit B, public hearing testimony dated September 5th, 2024, and the findings of the facts that A, the subject site is Zone AC Agriculture Conservation, in which a single-family residential subdivision is a permitted use. The application complies with the Kent County Comprehensive Plan. Pursuant to Chapter 205 of the Kent County Code and pursuant to 9 Del C 4802 and 4811, the Commission has reviewed the application, and furthermore, as part of this approval, the application shall comply with all staff and agency requirements and planning staff recommendations as described in the September 5th, 2024 staff recommendation report, including but not limited to the following conditions. A, final plan shall incorporate a school bus pull-off and a place for cars to park. B, the open space that are not utilized for active recreation be planted with a no maintenance perennial ground cover to reduce the mowing requirements for the future homeowners. C, the waiver from the Kent County Code 187-78B that does not permit building structures or paved surfaces within 100 to the mean high water line of the Blue Line stream is granted to permit the construction of a 5-foot wide walkway path. D, the waiver from the Kent County Code requires street linkage amount adjoining a subdivisions to eliminate the street linkage to the west is approved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Sarah, call the commission.
Mr. Peterman?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Servon?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Galvary?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Mills?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, to approve.
Mr. Jester?
Yes to approve.
So you have 6 yeas in favor of granting conditional approval of application SL 2401.
Again, I thank them for the fine communications and good luck with your project. Next is LC 24-24, parking ordinance. This is an ordinance to amend Kent County Code Volume 2, Chapter 205 zoning, as amended by deleting Article 17, parking and amending Part 2. This was very well accepted by everybody, and we actually had a good comments about it. And I've even had comments this week, and believe it or not, I had a phone call from a developer that was so tickled to death. So I think it's good for everybody, so I'll put it out to the commissioners. Anybody would like to make the motion? Mr. Peterman?
I move that the Regional Planning Commission recommended approval of ordinance LC 24-24, parking, including the adoption of Amendment 1 clarifying variance applications before the Board of Adjustment, the elimination of parking minimums and flexibility of design standards will be beneficial new and existing businesses.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Sarah, please call the commission.
Mr. Peterman?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Servon?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Galvary?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Mills?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, to approve.
Mr. Jester?
Yes, I gladly approve.
So you have 6 yeas in favor of recommending approval of ordinance LC 2424.
Thank the staff for that. And Sarah, you pass on our remarks that we are very pleased with this, and it's just a move into the future. So good luck with all the ones coming in. We now go down to our last project for tonight. It is actually application title S10-01, Aquaflow Pump and Supply. Applicant is Todd A. Wise, 2774 Andrewville Road, Greenwood, Delaware, 19950. Owner is Mr. Edward V. Long and Mrs. Loretta L. King. Bear, Delaware. In Delaware, 19808. It's in the, its comprehensive plan is highway commercial, zoning district is BG, it's inside the growth zone. Present use is a warehouse, and proposed use is the same with additional outdoor storage. New proposed building is 9,500 square feet. Levy Court District is Mr. Hertz, School District is Lake Forest, Fire District is Harrington Station 50. Is there somebody here or on the phone to represent this application? Come up to the mic, sir. Give us your name and address, and you'll either be sworn or affirmed.
My name is Todd Wise from 2884 Andrewville Road, Greenwood, Delaware, and I'm here to represent Aquaflow Pump and Supply.
Sir,
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give in this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Go ahead, Mr. Wise.
We're seeking to build a 9,500 square foot warehouse, Route 13 in Harrington, and had to clean up a lot of problems, issues, whatever you want to call them, and have done that. And we're continuing on trying to get this thing. I've been 3 years now in the making of this building. So it's been tedious, very tedious.
Very good. Any of the commissioners or Mr. Davis on the phone have any questions? Mr. Garvey?
Yeah, the warehouse is going on, I'm assuming it's going right across from the main building up there?
Yes.
It's not going
The
on-
south side of the building that's existing now.
Adjacent to the parking lot, so it'll go in between the,
Yes.
okay, gotcha.
You can put your hand on that screen down there and slide your finger to where the warehouse is going to be.
Right, yeah, there you go, okay, right there, gotcha. Okay, and the primary entrance that everybody would be using would be facing the parking lot between the two buildings?
The highway entrance would be there.
Right, coming in, okay, gotcha. And that's the sidewalk that runs the full length of the front that I'm looking at?
Yeah,
Okay.
the sidewalk leads from nowhere to nowhere.
Okay, gotcha. All right, thank you very much.
And I think you're also asking for a waiver for the not to have the sidewalk come back to the building, am I correct?
Yeah, I mean, there's blacktop that touches the sidewalk and comes all the way back, and it will be hard surfaced all the way back to that building. Under the conditions now, there's no pedestrians that we sell to that will go into that building. It's strictly Aquaflow employees and mainly forklift traffic back and forth.
You might want to slide on your finger, show them where most of them go in on the south side of the building, where they enter into your parts department.
Just about in the middle of the building.
Understand. Thank you. Any more questions? Thank you, sir. Appreciate your talk about your project.
Thank you.
I'll now open it up to the commissioners. Somebody like, Mr. Garvey, would you like to make a motion?
Yep. I move that the Regional Planning Commission grant conditional approval of the application S10-01, a site plan for the construction of a 9,500 square foot warehouse building and outdoor storage area located inside the Growth Zone Overlay District. This is based on Exhibit A, staff recommendation report dated September 12, 2024, and the findings of fact that A, the site is zoned BG, general business, in which warehouses and outdoor storage are permitted as per Section 205-53, and B, the plan is compliant with the comprehensive plan. Pursuant to Chapters 187 and 205 of the King County Code and pursuant to 9 Delaware Chapter 4802 and 4811, the Commission has reviewed the application in the September 12, 2024 staff recommendation report, and furthermore, as part of this approval, the applicant shall maintain compliance with all requirements and recommendations of the staff recommendation report, including but not limited to A, the waiver from Kent County Code Section 187-60-B, requiring the construction of a sidewalk along private access roadways and the site entrances to provide continuous pedestrian access from the frontage sidewalk to the existing and proposed buildings on the premises. This is approved. B, the final plan must be approved within 24 months of preliminary plan approval, and the construction site commence within 18 months of the final approval. Am I correct in assuming that by approving means I'm waiving the additional sidewalk? Okay, that's what I was intended. Okay, that's the motion.
Second.
Mr. Garvey, for the clarification, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Please call the commission.
Mr. Peterman?
Yes, to approve.
Mr. Servon?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Godfrey?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Mills?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Davis?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Jester?
Yes to approve with the waiver.
So you have 6 yeas in favor of recommending or granting approval of the revision to application S1001.
Thank you very much, and once again, good luck with your project. We now go down to the election of officers. Being the first one is chairperson, which I hold, I will turn the meeting over to our vice chair, Mr. Davis. I assume he's still on the line, right, Mark? Make sure he understands.
I'm here.
The meeting.
That's correct.
I'm here, Mr. President. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you. This time we're open the nominations for the chairman of the Kent County Regional Planning Commission. If there's a nomination, please raise your hand and nominate the person.
I'll nominate,
There's a nomination for the chairperson.
I'll make a nomination.
Okay.
I'll nominate Bill Jester for continue as president.
Second.
That's it. All right, it's moved and second. Bill Jester. Is there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? If not, then the new chairman will be Bill Jester. Doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you all. I appreciate the support. Thank you all. Thank you all. We'll now go back to the elections for the vice chair. I will open it up for nominations.
I nominate Paul Davis for vice chair.
Second.
Mr. Davis, is there anybody else who'd like to make a nomination? If not, I will declare the nominations closed. And congratulations, Mr. Davis, as vice chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Don't be mad at us.
Thank you very much. We'll now move down to any public comment. Anybody has anything they want to say? Seeing no public comment, I'll go down to commissioner comments. Any commissioner comments?
I have something I want to say.
Go ahead, Mr. Davis.
I'm sorry I couldn't be there this evening. My wife's ill, so I couldn't come in. But I do want to go back to something. I make notes at these meetings, and that tower company, that was tabled for 30 days. I don't know how it got back on the agenda and we voted on it, which is, it is what it is. But my notes said it was going to be tabled for 30 days because the CEO of that company, or who he was, we had audio things and we could not continue the hearing.
Mr. Davis, can you hear me?
Yes.
It's Fred
Explain
Townsend.
that to me.
So that matter was tabled, and it was not considered tonight as part of the business meeting. It was struck from the agenda with a line through it. And when the agenda was adopted, the effect of adopting the agenda with the struck provision was that there wasn't an individual motion to strike it. So it was not.
Thank you very much.
considered tonight.
I'm not there at the meeting, so I didn't get that paperwork, so I'm not trying to make a big stink about it, but I looked at my notes and I couldn't figure that out, but that makes sense, what you just said. I just didn't have that new agenda, and that's probably what happened.
Right.
Sorry about that.
That's fine.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the clarification. Also, any other business before the commission tonight? Seeing none, I'll entertain, excuse me, Mr. Garvey. If you're all here about the tower company, so we don't have any other business tonight. We're getting ready to close the meeting.
Yeah, can we ask one simple question? Because we got a letter that the meeting for the Woodbury Woods development was supposed to be at 6:30. We're on side prior to that.
Excuse me, sir. I better have him come to the microphone. Can we do that, Mr. Fred? Would be okay? I know we went through that part of it, but seeing the number that's back there, I just thought there would be some kind of clarification.
So any notice to appear would have been for last week's meeting, not for tonight.
Last week would have been public comment. Tonight's only a business meeting. You wouldn't have been allowed to come to the microphone anyway.
I realize that, but we didn't know that that you were having the final decision at 6 o'clock. I would like to pick your form, and I'd like to know what you voted on.
That'll be published. That'll be published. You'll be able to see it and what's happened. Unless Sir wants to explain how they'll be notified about it.
So that matter was taken up as I think it was the third item on our agenda, and it may have been voted on prior to you arriving. I think it must have been. It was voted to approve with a waiver that did not require the linkage on, I don't know if that was the east side of the property or the west side of the property. So that was the motion, and the application included a variation in the entrance to allow for additional room for parking and for a bus pull-off at the entrance. So there was some modification to the plan that was submitted in advance of the meeting today. You're welcome.
I thought it ought to be clarified, seeing the number that was back there, and thank you all for at least trying to come. So,
We all were here for that, but I do appreciate you at least helping us that much. Thank you.
very good, thank you.
I'm sorry for the confusion.
Seeing no other listed on agenda, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Sarah, call.
Mr. Peterman?
Yes to adjourn.
Mr. Servon?
Yes to adjourn.
Mr. Galbraith?
Yes to adjourn.
Mr. Mills?
Yes to adjourn.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, do, John.
Mr. Jester?
Yes to adjourn. Thank you all for attending, and we'll see you next month.